least one homework. I don't know, 3 homeworks are there. How many, just in case, मतलब malas don't come to me. I may faint. Anyone who has done 3 out of 3 homeworks? That is why you didn't watch. Once you watch, that is why मैं वही चीज वापस नहीं करता है. नहीं झुकेगा नहीं सर. Okay. One homework at least. अच्छा, वो दोनों 3 किया तो at least हो गया होगा. Why not? Okay. Very nice. So I would want to dedicate the first at least 5-10 minutes just to quickly get your views on the homework. How was it? Was it easy? Was it difficult? And we will also discuss. I'll just open the TradingView website. Anyone want to tell which share did you see? HDFC AMC. दुख भरी दास्तान. Okay. Wow. Okay. So what I will do is I'll just remove this and this right now. Okay. Which chart pattern did you see? Or which candle did you see? Bullish Arami. Oh, okay. Right here. Can everyone very well easily identify now quickly bullish Arami? Okay, fantastic. Then can anyone check a bullish engulfing immediately somewhere? Let's see if you can see a bullish engulfing. Show them on this. Yes, do you see this? 1, 2, bullish engulfing. Yes? This can be surely bullish engulfing. So here you can understand you got one confirmation. Then it went sideways, you got another confirmation. Okay? Then it started its upward journey. And when was there a halt for the upward journey? If you can see something. He loves the morning star and evening star very much. Right? Yes. Even I like. Yeah, wait. Okay, here you can see the evening star. Yes. Then it went down. But again, this is followed actually by a morning star. So here, see, if you are getting back-to-back such confirmations, this is somewhere that there is a big fight going on. Back-to-back opposite confirmations. One is saying we want to take it up, one is saying we want to take it down. So if you have a low risk appetite, ideally just stay 1 foot away from such stocks. For the time being, at least if you are getting multiple confirmations, that to reverse confirmations, exact opposite confirmations. If you are asked to money for the pattern Khiladi, then this is the stock for you. You can just take a bull position followed by a bear, again a bull, again a bear. That can be fun. Okay. Then again, what we see here after this evening star, we saw a morning star, but it failed. And then we again see a morning star. Okay, now this went up pretty good. So everyone who had taken this position here got this big candle of 6%, another candle of 3%. In next 3 days, 10%. Okay. And then followed by and then it went down only. Okay. So also try to analyze charts where you can see see, this is just my normal observation, okay? That if there are 2 or 3 failures, I'm repeating, if there are 2 or 3 failures, then there will be at least one success, and that one success goes wrong. Will give you a lot of money. Okay, so try to also observe charts where already 1 or 2 failures have happened. Then again, that can give you a better idea that fail होगा कि कितने time fail होगा. कभी तो pass होना है, sometime it will pass. Okay, so this was about HDFC AMC. Anyone else? 3, yes, why not? Here to because there are multiple crows. Last 3, falling 3. रुकने का नाम ही नहीं ले रहा है. It's unstoppable है. On the downward side. Okay. Once a darling stock of so many investors now has been just a stock of the investors because they're stuck. And how long is it? Okay, we want to discuss at least 3 stocks. Second one, wait. Persistent systems. Okay. April 3 lakh crores survey registered. Because the last 3 days have been very bad for the market, right? So volatile and markets are. So it's always said if the mother market is not doing good, then the baby market don't perform well. We've done this in fundamental analysis. Mother market is generally USA. And our market is not exactly the baby market though, whatever, child market we can say. But then where we can say that if the Nifty, if I consider Nifty as a mother market then, if Nifty itself is not doing very good, then stocks going against Nifty and performing very well, that is a little bit difficult. Okay, so basically I can say that you all are learning technical analysis at the right time, absolutely right time. Why I will tell you? Because markets have already corrected quite a bit from their highs. Okay, we are going to discuss still where it can go down and all everything we'll discuss. But once it starts giving its up move, it's going to be very fast. The bounce back at least. I'm not saying that it will go up 25,000 directly, no. But see, it just can fall and go down to zero, right? We call this as a fall, and then there'll be some bounce. There'll be some bounce, right? So yesterday also remember I said that it will fall and then recover and fall and recover something. There has to be some recovery. And these recoveries these days are very sharp. Okay, in no time you will see that every market went up by 500 already. Went up by 1,000 in a week. It can be that fast. So if you are getting all these signals, then you have to be quick and try and even if you're scared, at least have to look at it, at least you have to. Okay, so persistent systems, going back to our discussion. So 3 black pearls we can clearly see here. I want an answer from everyone. I want you to check the peak and see if you can get which here at the peak. What can you see? Is it an evening star? Which candles 3? Which 3 candles 1, 2 and clear cut evening star again. Utla bearish engulf. So a failure of bearish engulfing. See here. Correct? What is that, sorry? So this is the bearish engulfing failure. So there was an up move, there was a proper bearish engulf, but then there was what? Followed by? Are you getting me? So this bullish Arami immediately took over, and then the stock moved upwards. So here there was a failure of bearish Arami. Here you can see, bearish engulfing, which was a failure, and then followed by a bullish Arami, and it went up. Okay. Ideally, yes, correct. So to be more powerful, if you remember, we said step number 1 is downtrend. Then you see a bullish Arami, and then it will go up. That will be much more powerful. Okay. But then we said we always will learn the rules. But is it necessary that every time someone rules will follow? No. Here, this was not at the end of a downtrend, but still it went very good. Okay. See, when I'm talking about an evening star, in evening star, actually, this question is it at the top, is that a bearish Arami? This one. Only these 2 you can consider. These 2. Can that be a bearish Arami? Very well, it can be. But then evening star will, it's a pattern of 3 candles, right? So at least 1 doji and then 2 candles. You will see multiple candle types inside that as well. So that is fine. Okay. So one last stock. Anyone? Doji का वॉल्यूम बढ़ाएंगे, इसका वॉल्यूम. This is not exactly a doji. See the body? This is a doji. This one, oh, so this one is talking about this doji. So this one, no, ये खींच के हो जाएगा sir. Too much of open-mindedness. Okay. Because for an evening star, what was the first step? A big green, then a doji and a big red. That's a perfect textbook. Here it's a doji, then kind of a doji, not exactly a doji, and then big red. Okay, this ideally doesn't qualify for an evening star. And this is big fight. This candle is a big fight between bulls and bears. They are just trying to prove the point. No one actually was able to prove a point on that day. Not really. He's saying that because the next candle is layer 1, can we say that ultimately the bears have won? Not really. We can't take a decision based on that. I'll quickly repeat this question. He's saying just because there was an indecision here, followed by a bear candle, can I say it will go down? Not necessary. It's very easy to do technical analysis in the past. Right? But when it comes to taking a position right now, you'll be like, okay, you're not really sure on that. Okay? So, all the past, it's a practice field. You can just go on doing your analysis, but don't overstretch it. Otherwise, you'll overstretch in the case, once this is a doji, then followed by this, ideally it will go down. Don't, if you overstretch, then you're going to take wrong decisions in the current rates. Okay? Try to stick to our main rules. That will give you much better perspective. Okay? One last. Jalebi namak chilak rahi hai. Okay. 3 black crows, but then we can see something here. Okay. Wait, we'll understand it. Now this has a long story. Oops, sorry. So if you see here, the stock has corrected from what? From this level. Of course, there was a split. And charts are always adjusted post split, okay? So if you know the stock went up to almost 4,000 plus levels, but then the stock got split in the ratio of one share got split into 5. Okay, so the share price automatically gets adjusted in that case, right? So here, if you can see, it is 900 and 900, if I say 900 into 5, it will be 4,500 was a peak. Okay, then it got split. Then it's coming down, a little bit sideways, and then started its downward journey, down. Try to do a morning star, failed. Nothing. Okay, here again, a try for a morning star, but again it's a sideways, so morning star will not be that effective. Are you able to see? Look at the morning star, but it's a sideways, so not that effective. Again going down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So morning star is a 3 candle pattern. There can't be 4 candles. Or I just got anywhere. Okay. This one, right? So now the question is that instead of one doji, can there be 2 dojis in between? So ideally, morning star candle is a 3 candle pattern, is what I'm telling. So there will be one big green, one doji, one big red, one doji, and one big green. That will be a typical case of. Correct, that is what I feel. But our question was that there is a big red, and this is kind of a big green. That's what I'm telling. The 4th candle can't be considered. It is a 3 candle pattern. Okay. Okay. Which one? This one? No. This one, yes. But again, sideways trend and a bearish engulfing will not be that powerful. Okay. So right now it has been going down and down. Right, almost 50%. Now the big question from here, what next? Okay. So for that right now, can we see any candle pattern? So 1, 2, 3. Does this qualify for a morning star? Not at all. Not at all. Okay. Now, as we start our discussion today, we have 2 candles back to back, which shows that there may be some reversal. I can see that, and I'm not biased. This candle pattern is called as a hammer. Okay. So we are moving now from over to the next pattern, right? Because you gave me a very nice cue to go to the next pattern now. Next candle type, I can say. So what is known as a hammer or an inverted hammer? Okay. Everyone knows hammer. Atodi, Atoda, Thor. Okay. So when I learned hammer for the first time, I was like, how do I remember what will happen if I can see a hammer? So typically what happens, when can we see a hammer or an inverted hammer? I'll just quickly show you. Step number 1, there has to be a downtrend or a down move. Okay. Step number 1. It will be much more effective if we see a hammer or an inverted hammer at the end of a down move or a downtrend. This is what a hammer looks like. Yes. But again, this is a textbook hammer. So ideally what is also acceptable, I tell you, there is a small wick here also. This can also be a hammer. If the wick is very long, then it doesn't qualify to be a hammer. So for example, if it is something like this, then it is more of a doji rather than a hammer, right? So always remember, visualize a authority. Visualize a hammer. So many times you see actually that just above that main part which we use for screws, just above that there is a little bit of wood, a little bit of stick which is there. So that is the reason why either without a wick or a very small wick, that is allowed. Is this okay? If you have been to play zones, like in Pune Pavilion Mall, and then there is a play area, and just as you enter the play area, to the left, there is a game. There is a hammer game. Okay. There's a big dish and there's a hammer. And you have to just hit that. And the harder you hit, the farther there's some level, something which, what is that? Other points. So you can imagine there's a scale right in front of me. From 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. There is some indicator. Okay. And the harder I hit, the faster it goes up. And I get more points. That's how I remember a hammer. Harder it is going to hit at the bottom, there are great chances that it will move up. Okay. Remember it that way. Second one is an inverted hammer. What is an inverted hammer? Ulti hatodi. Like this. Shirishasana hatodi. Inverted hammer. Again, can there be no wick possible or small wick possible? Right? Even if it is a hammer or an inverted hammer, it's going to do the same purpose. It's going to act as a same indicator. That from here there can be a reversal. For an inverse hammer, how do I try to remember that? Typically, if you have seen where the carpenter, if there is some nail which is stuck up here, and you want to pull it out, then just put a reverse nail, and then try to get it up. Right? So these are small tips and tricks to remember. Otherwise, you get confused at the last minute, right? So hammer at the down end is going to shoot that points up. An inverted hammer is still going to help you to take out something which is stuck up, which is stuck down. It will help you to take it up. Okay. Are these 2 patterns very much fit into your mind? Simple hammer and inverted hammer. Now same drawings, same, nothing different. If they come up at the end of an uptrend, so either exactly same drawing, this or with a little wick, or this with no wick or a little wick. Same. Then this is called as a, so I want you to tell me the names. First, this is what? This is hammer. So by the way, is it red, is it green? Doesn't matter. So I have not used any color for that. So if drawing this in your notes, I don't know. You can just mention this very clearly. The color of the hammer is irrelevant. Color of the hammer is irrelevant. So either a hammer, or what is the second one, tell me? Inverted hammer. Same candles but coming at the end of an up move or an uptrend. This is called as a hanging man. Hanging man. So it's actually, you can visualize the person's head is that Hattori curve, the body, and Baki is only one stick. Hanging man. Okay. And then this is called as the shooting star. And both either a hanging man or a shooting star are going to reverse the trend. Okay. To remember that maybe hanging man is a person once hang, life is over. Down. Okay. And shooting star के बॉलीवुड टूटता करा. हाँ कुछ कुछ होता है correct. So it's always going to come down, right? Shooting star will not go up. Shooting star will come down. So we'll take the trend, in a downward journey. Is this okay? So hammer, inverted hammer, they're a pair. They'll help to take the markets up. And shooting star, hanging man, they'll help to take the market downwards. Okay, where can you see this in our notes? Nowhere color makes a difference. Okay, so if you see here in our notes for I've first drawn hammer and hanging man. But then I thought instead of doing two things, we can actually club all together. Because of the jubilant footwork example, I got that idea. I can club that together. Okay, so now this is clear, right? Down move, downtrend, hammer, up move. Hanging man exact opposite. And then if I scroll down a little bit, inverted hammer clear, down move, inverted hammer goes up move, shooting star comes down. Again, it's absolutely clear for all four candles. What is one common point? Color of the candle doesn't matter. Now I'll give you some examples and then please remind me to take you back to jubilant footworks. Okay? Okay, so this is the first one. Now I'm not going to tell you it's a hammer or an inverted hammer or a shooting star or a hanging man. Keep your notes in front of you if you want. No one is going to answer immediately. I'll wait for 15-20 seconds. You can look at it. I've already highlighted. So first step you have to check whether it's an up move or down move before the candle appears, right? And then you have to try and understand what type of candle is that. Done? Who wants to answer? Someone was not answered a lot. Yes. Hammer. How many people got this right? Hammer? Very good. How hammer? It's going down. It's going down from here to here. So 1 minute. Step number 1 down. Doesn't it actually look like I told you? Yes. Absolutely. Right? So it's a hammer. And from here, it has gone in an up move or an uptrend, whatever. Here, but then, this is not at the end of an up move. Not at the end of a down move. Here, in fact, there is a recovery. And post recovery, you can say hammer. So, this one, this is a hanging man actually, correct. But a very minor recovery. So, 1 minute. If you have first talking about this candle only, no? So if I'm talking about this is the hanging man. But hanging man comes at the end of an up move or an uptrend. So here, it's a very minor pullback, as I can say. So not effective. Can you check another example? Yes. I'm going to do it. Say me. The hammer? No. The hanging man. This doesn't qualify to be the hanging man is what I'm saying. Because it's not at the end of an up move. See, any time you can correlate with volumes. Volume always will give you a better confirmation. What has happened? Okay. She's saying right now we have all these candles ahead to prove what will happen. And then we can, as I mentioned, it's very easy to go into the past and say, right? But you can imagine today's this day only. Here we are right now. We don't know what is this. Then what? Then again understand here there was a signal of an up move. Then you got this candle. Then you have to be, if you take a position here by the way, then you have to ask yourself is my stop loss hit or not. Are you getting my point? One more time. If you have taken a buy position here, where at this level, okay, somewhere let us say you have taken a position here, and this is somewhere around what 645, let us say, correct? Huh? Here, around 645 you have taken a position. It starts going up today you are here, somewhere around here. So you're already at around 660 plus. You've already gained around 20 rupees, correct? A multiplier of the quantity. Now, if you are getting worried that what will happen to my stock, we got people will immediately quit. If they are getting that, oh my god, now what will happen? For that exactly what we want to learn, how to put a stop loss if you are getting worried. Okay, so how to define that? How can we define a trailing stop loss? All these things I want to learn. Okay, don't get confused. There will be, and now I'm very happy that you're also able to identify failures. That was my thought process from day one, from yesterday. Otherwise, see, this is a risk, no, for me. At the end, you may say that I'm not getting that confidence only after attending man's batch. Because I can see a lot of failures. That is the biggest risk I'm taking. But I feel that risk is still worth it. Because I'm showing you what reality is. So that is the reason why you should have multiple confirmations before you trade. Is this okay? Yes? Shall we move on to the next one? Of course, so day fluctuations will see many again. Don't worry. No. So stop loss, how to put it? On closing basis or day basis or what? Everything I want to understand. Let's not go to stop loss right now. It's a little bit far away. Okay, here, I want everyone to again focus inside that circle. I'll wait for 30 seconds. So actually there is a single candle also and there is a candles ka, 2-3 candles ka something also. Anyone wants to answer? Hanging man is, okay, this one is hanging man. Correct? 3 black crows, this crow is not that powerful is what I can say. Okay, and it was within the circle that I was actually asking for. Anyone else? Circle starts with a bearish engulfing, okay, this one. Then there is a small down move, and then anything else? Kind of an evening star? Yes, I understand that this is not a doji. It's a hanging man. So the middle candle need not be exactly a doji. Okay, if it is like a hammer or like a shooting star or a hanging man, can I say in fact it's giving us a double confirmation? No? So for example, please understand, now let me just drop this off. If I'm talking about only this right now, 1, 2, 3. Now you can imagine, today we saw this candle, which was a, quickly tell me, it was a hanging man. That gave me a first sign that okay, here we may see some reversal, correct? And this was followed by what? that, oh, this is also similar to an evening star. Can I say this gives me a second confirmation that, okay, this can be definitely a reversal. Okay, so always remember, instead of a doji, if I see either a hammer or an inverted hammer or a hanging man or a shooting star in between, I can say that I have a little bit more conviction to take the trade. Okay, doubt. Got that? Oh, okay. So he's saying, have a look at this also. So if I check only these three candles in by themselves, is that an evening star? Yes. But is it at the end of the uptrend? Not exactly at the top. Not exactly. This will be more like a continuation thing that we're talking about. Okay? Oh, she's saying these first two candles, 1 and 2. Is it a Gauri Sharani? No. Devi is already out. It has to be within the tummy, no? Okay. Huh? Actually. Okay. So let's move on. So not a super clear, but you put in what is it and is it actually a failure or a success or what? Which two candles? 1 minute. After the big red candle? Oh. He's seeing the future of Jubilant in this chart of India Bulls. So what has happened? Can you see? So this, as I mentioned, this is not exactly qualifying. So like I said, a little bit open mind. So I'm also making you practice that as well. So here the hammer's wick is a little bit more than ideal it should be. Okay. So for example, this one, the wick is a little bit more tall as compared to a standard. Correct? So ideally, if you check this in individual form, then it should have moved upside. But it did not. It went down further. So we may very well say that it was never a hammer. Bullish engulfing. Oh, this one? Yes. There's a bullish engulfing here. And it's continuing sideways, more of a sideways, but a little bit upwards as well. Absolutely. I love this off. Correct. That is what I'm asking. So where can it? This one? No. That's more of a doji. Can you see something here? Is this hanging man? That's a hammer. What hammer? Step number 1 down move or down red. And this occurred at the end of an up move. It would have been a hanging man. Okay. Are you getting me? Yes. But these are examples of failure or success. Here, there was a hammer still. It is moving sideways. Not tremendously going down, but going sideways rather than a sharp up move. Okay. One last. What is this? Hanging man. This is a hanging man, correct? So 2 hanging men, and still the market is going up, followed by a bullish engulfing, followed by bullish engulfing, still going up a little bit, and at one point it stops its up move. And from here we don't see any clear signal as such for the down move for the reversal, but it has reversed. Right, that is a Keach term evening star because this is neither a doji nor anything. Looking back, we can say I like an evening star only. Have you understood this? Yes. Okay. So now let me take you back. Now, this one. Oh. This one can surely qualify to be a hammer. Surely. Because there is a classic down move, and at the end, you can see a hammer. 1, 2, 3. Yes, can be considered as 3 black holes. Hammer followed by a doji. Not really. Doji is always confusion. That what is happening, neither bulls are winning nor bears are winning. That is why wherever it started, it went down, let us say, then the bear bulls took it upward, but finally again bears took charge and it closed almost at the same point where it opened. So it's an indecision candle. Okay? No, so what is happening here, I'll tell you. Actually, you want the logic for this hammer? Okay, please understand. Everyone, attention. What is the logic of this hammer? Why do we say this is a reversal? Everyone. See, then the down move. So who is in charge? Who is in the driver's seat? Bears. So you can imagine the stock opened here. Correct? Everyone with me? The stock opened here. Then who is in the driving seat? Alright, who is in the driving seat? Usually bears are in the driving seat now. So they have taken it further down to the lowest point. Then bulls are close at Mato. And then bulls took the charge and they helped it close higher as compared to even the open price. They also took it higher and closed it near the high point. They are not closed at the exact high point, but they at least closed it near the high point. That is why we can see that bulls are at least trying to make an effort to come back into power. Exactly. So that is the reason why we have to try and see confirmations. So now, can I say bulls tried their level best? But then we have to also understand the volumes. Now see, for this, sorry. Here, this was the biggest red candle. And see the volume? So can I say bulls, bears are like 100% in power. With huge volume. And see, this has also been followed by a big fall also. 3 black holes, a big fall as well. Here we can definitely say yes, it's a hammer. Agreed. But then look at the volumes. We are saying okay, bulls are taking charge, but they are not very convinced. They are not in big numbers. Yesterday, if you remember, protest. Bulls are protesting, but they don't have enough crowd. So this may fail. No, where can you see a moving average here? Oh, so this volume you are seeing on what basis I am saying it's low, is that so? Compare it with last 4-5 days, no? So typically when I am comparing today's volume, either you can compare that with the 9-day moving average like we did yesterday, or if you don't want that, at least last 4-5 days with your eyes only check. Okay? This one? Oh, this one. Correct. So this hammer. You see the volume here? And that's why it was way too effective. So are you understanding how to take confirmations? Don't only look at the candle, also look at the volumes. Right? So moving on to the last example of Jubilant Footworks now. I'm waiting for a minute. I want you all to tell me. Last 2 candles. Don't shout out the answer. I wait for 15 to 30 seconds. Last 2 candles. What do you see? I'll just maybe zoom out a little bit. answers would have been correct. And at the end of an upmove or uptrend, your answers were exactly opposite. First step is upward move, you tried for the first time, I guess. You answered, but very good. So first it was a down move, and followed by the down move or down trend. These two are what? Either hammer or an inverted hammer. Right now, which one is hammer? First or second? Green one is a hammer, and red one is an inverted hammer. Are you immediately going to jump and take the position of or at least take the volume confirmation? Are the volumes are good? Not good at all. So if you see here, even you can just see directly. This big volume, this red, this is the big volume. See this volume? Can you see this volume? Again a big red. See, this is also one big volume, and this is one big volume, and this is a big red. So in the recent past, last 1 or 2 months, whatever big volume candles you can see, all are of pairs. Okay. So many a times, whatever we are learning till now, this is typically called as a price action analysis. And all these are like your, again, you learn, you see, or you hear people say leading indicators and lagging indicators. Okay. What do you leading indicator? Leading indicator, as the name suggests, will ideally tell you in advance what may happen. And lagging indicator will tell you, but it may tell you a little bit late. Okay. Every person says that according to me this is a leading indicator or this is a lagging indicator. So many people have their own views on X indicator is leading or lagging. We'll also discuss our thought processes. Okay. But I believe price action, whatever we are learning since second half of yesterday, this is 100% leading. Leading is first. Right now it is telling you what are the chances of what may happen next, and very quickly. Because are you analyzing last 10 days data, last 15 days data, or are you analyzing today's candle? We are analyzing today's candle, and you're just seeing, we're using previous data to understand the trend. That's it. That is why this will be one of the most leading indicators. Is this okay? So there's a great chance that this hammer, this inverted hammer, may fail because of the volume side now. Okay, clear? Yes. Correct. So the point that she made right now, a hammer and a hanging man. If I draw them without any trend, are they the same? Yes. An inverted hammer and a shooting star, are they exactly the same? Yes. It's just about where do they appear. That's it. If you're getting confused with the name, you can say hammer at the downtrend and hammer at the end of the uptrend. You're not giving an example. So it's my hammer is what you can say. My way of remembering things. Okay. Okay, so very good. Yes. So with this basic understanding, 4 candles we learned right now. Which 4 candles? Everyone say hammer, inverted hammer, shooting star, and hanging man. Yes. The next one is the doji. I have already discussed doji. So, oh my god, I'm remembering a Bollywood movie dialogue. So, पता नहीं कब और कैसे प्यार हुआ पता ही नहीं चला. ऐसे doji कब और कैसे हुआ पता ही नहीं चला. But everyone knows somebody. Correct? No need for me to tell again. So what did I say? Is this a reversal or is this an indecision candle? Indecision no one is very clearly. So you can just be careful. Okay, now there might be, so fight has started. Basically this is an indication of fight has started. Who will win we don't know right now. But fight has started. Okay, so that's a doji. We are not going to waste a lot of time on this because you already know what's a doji, right? So I want quickly to tell you, have you been able to locate the doji wherever the circle appears? Yes, right here. Moving ahead. Can you see a doji right here? Yes. Alright. So right now, we are done with a lot of candles. I'll tell you. So what I believe is that before you forget, because this is the end of all the types of candles. If you want, this will take 5 minutes, but I believe this can be a very important exercise. If you want, we can list down all the candles that we learned. And whether it's a bullish or bearish or bullish reversal or bearish reversal or what. That will be a very good exercise for you all also. He's happy. He's spicy malaha. And now flag also kapan. But we have not yet learned what's a flag pattern. We have not yet discussed that. Others may get confused. Oh, in our notes you can see something like a flag formation in rising 3 and falling 3. Ignore right now, because I have not taught. We will learn that, don't worry. But I would need your help, everyone, because I don't have the candles names in front of me. You guys have to volunteer. I'm making the chart with you all. Okay? So we'll write it together, but just be a little bit fast. We don't have a lot of leisure time. Types of candles. And why are we learning this? This comes up under the price action. So this should have been the heading actually. So heading can be, no worries. Types of candles, can do something like this maybe. And action. Or, how do I say that? Indication. Okay. So shall we start? First one. Bullish engulfing. So what is the indication? Will the market ideally go up or will it come down? Will it go up? So you can just draw it symbolically also, not a problem. Second one is bearish engulfing. Actually, you can also draw it like this. Ideally, it should be down move first, no? So this will help you much more. Okay, so first a down move, then an up move. Okay, bearish engulfing, what happens first? There is an up move. And then with the bearish engulf, it will tell us, okay, now it's going to go down. Correct? Can we go on to the third one? What is the next one? Bullish harami. And the fourth one is bearish harami. So when the bullish harami appears where? At the end of downtrend. So again, first you have to draw this. First, niche. And then it's a sign that it will go up. Correct? And bearish harami, first it is going up, and then it will come down. Achha, wait, before that, can I say all 4? Are these continuation or reversal? All are reversal candles. All will teach us this is a reversal pattern now. Anyone? Yes? 3 white soldiers. And the 6th one is 3 black crows. Okay, but here if you remember, was this a reversal or depends? This depends. So, if there is a downtrend and then 3 white soldiers, it's a reversal of the trend. First down move. Then 3 back-to-back white soldiers. Ideally, the trend is going to reverse upward. Already it's an up move. Already up move and 3 white soldiers, then continuation of the trend. Okay, so first let us say down move and then 1, 2, 3. Then this is a reversal. And already an up move and 1, 2, 3. This is continuation. Can I go on? I'll draw here a lot of khichdi. First there was an up move or an uptrend. Then 1, 2, 3. This is a reversal. And possibility number 2, there was a down move followed by 1, 2, 3. This is a continuation. Can I go on? What is the next one? Rising 3 and falling 3. First one is rising 3. So tell me, rising 3 first candle color is green, correct? And then those 3 small red and followed by another big green. So can I say it's like an N shape? So just want to remember this instead of telling. 1, then 1, 2, 3. I know this is a horrible candle to be drawn. Not even, doesn't look like a candle properly. But so you can visualize this as an N shape. Correct, no? So rising 3, N shape. And where will it appear? Any specific thing have we discussed? Is it like a I don't think we have specifically discussed anything here. So doesn't signify anything that it has to be at the end or has to be at the top. Nothing like that. It appears it is going to show us more strength, continuation. Okay? Then we go on. Next one is what? After rising 3 we have falling 3. So first what happened, tell me? First one big red. Then they are trying to revolt. 1, 2, 3. And then again mommy daddy comes in. Just get lost. Over. So is this will be mirror image, no? Is this how the mirror image will look like? Or upside down? Mirror image. Mirror image of him. Huh? Mirror image. One is going a little bit up and one is going a little bit down actually. So this is somewhere like this. The second is taller than the first one. Right? And here it's going to be something like this. 1 N ka S. Whether you want to call it, I don't know, mirror image or not. Mirror image, no? Mirror image. Can I go on? What is the next one? Morning star and evening star. Tell me what happened for morning star. First is what? Down trend or down move. And then red, big red. Doji color doesn't matter. And then a big green. So will this be a reversal pattern? So this is again reversal. Then it is evening star. So up move. Then what happens? Big green. And then a doji. And then a big red. This will get followed by a down move. So this will be a reversal. Not really. So his question is, if we can see a morning star in the uptrend, can we say this is continuation? I can just say it's not a morning star only in that case. Doesn't fit into the definition. So it may be powerful, may not be powerful. Yes, please. Right ना? त्यांचं वय जास्त म्हणून मी त्यांना आलो करते. तू छोटा आहेस अजून. You wrote ना? Backup. Colorful backup. So for rising 3, this bull is stronger than this bull. This bull is stronger than this big bull. And whatever these 3 small bachas, they try to revolt. He is just killing their revolt and going up. So that is why more power and going up. So can I go on? What is the last? Last one or two? Those 3, 4 now? All at one shot now. So 11. Hammer. Inverted hammer. Hammer slash inverted hammer. We'll use them together. Okay? What is step number 1? Down move, down trend. Then either this or this. Color does not matter. And can I say it's a reversal? Yes. And the last one? Oops. Culture का झालं. Okay, 12th one. Hanging man. Shooting star. Okay, so what will be your first step is what? Uptrend, then either hanging man or a shooting star. And then we have a reversal. Good compilation, at one place. So now whenever you want to do your homework, this is the page that you have to refer a lot. So that you get to revise quickly. Okay. So she's asking these rising and falling के बीच में all these 3 बच्चा companies. Should they ideally be within? So what is the logic? This appear they are trying to kill. So it has to try to go within that only. And then it's finally killed by this. The bigger one. Okay. So any other questions if you have? One last. No. So he's asking if it's a downtrend and this is the, let us say, this is the morning star, this is red and this is green.
The red picture put your center graph no power है क्या?
Obviously, see, he is asking, can I say that if the green candle is bigger, it is more powerful, and had this been a smaller green, it is comparatively less powerful? Very much is. This green candle, if it is bigger enough with good volumes, so price also is good, and action with volume is also good, then this will be much more powerful. But it will not fail if instead of this big,